Welcome back to my channel Old Quarter $U.S.A. United States. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of wheat penny coin values, hidden treasures, rare minting errors, and some of the most valuable coins ever discovered in the United States. Our first coin is one of the most famous error coins in American history. Top 1. Today we are exploring one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1940 wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, this small 1-cent coin may look old, worn, dirty, and ordinary, but many collectors believe that hidden among millions of common pennies are rare examples that can be worth far more than their face value. The 1940 wheat penny carries a rich story from a time when the United States was emerging from the Great Depression and preparing for major changes in the world. This copper coin has become a favorite among collectors because it represents an important chapter in American history and because certain unusual examples can attract significant attention in the coin market. The 1940 wheat penny was produced during an era when everyday coins were made primarily from copper. On the front of the coin appears the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected figures in American history. Above Lincoln is the word Liberty, while the date 1940 appears nearby. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the main minting facility of the United States. On the reverse side are the famous wheat ears that gave this coin series its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny. The design symbolizes prosperity, growth, and the agricultural strength of the nation during the early 20th century. What makes collectors excited about the 1940 wheat penny is not simply its age, but the possibility of discovering rare varieties, striking errors, or exceptionally preserved examples. Most 1940 pennies remain affordable, but coins showing unusual characteristics can attract much greater interest. A coin with strong details, original surfaces, and minimal wear often commands higher values than a heavily circulated example. Collectors spend years searching through old collections, estate sales, and inherited coin jars hoping to find a special piece that stands out from the rest. The history behind this penny is just as interesting as its potential value. In 1940, America was still recovering economically while watching major events unfold around the world. Millions of pennies were produced to support everyday commerce. These coins passed through countless hands, traveled across cities and rural communities, and witnessed decades of American life. Every scratch, mark, and sign of wear tells part of a story that connects the present to a distant era. This historical connection is one reason why wheat pennies remain so popular among collectors of all ages. Many people dream of finding a coin worth a fortune, and stories about valuable wheat pennies continue to capture public attention. While most 1940 no-mint mark pennies are not worth millions of dollars, exceptionally rare error coins or extraordinary specimens can sell for impressive amounts at auctions. Such stories inspire collectors to examine their coins carefully and learn more about the details that separate common pieces from unusual treasures. The excitement of the hunt often becomes just as rewarding as the value of the coin itself. Condition plays a major role in determining value. A heavily circulated coin with dirt, discoloration, and worn details generally commands a modest premium. However, a coin preserved for decades with sharp features and attractive surfaces may be much more desirable. Professional grading services evaluate factors such as luster, strike quality, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. Collectors understand that even small differences in condition can dramatically influence a coin's market value. Another fascinating aspect of the 1940 wheat penny is the possibility of minting errors. During the production process, mistakes occasionally occurred, creating coins with unusual characteristics. These may include double details, off-center strikes, or other manufacturing anomalies. Because such errors are uncommon, collectors actively search for them. Discovering an authentic error coin can transform an ordinary penny into a highly collectible item that attracts significant attention from the numismatic community. The copper composition of the 1940 wheat penny also contributes to its appeal. Unlike many modern coins, these pennies contain a substantial amount of copper, giving them a distinctive appearance and historical authenticity. Over time, copper develops different shades and tones depending on storage conditions and circulation. Some coins display rich brown surfaces, while others retain traces of their original reddish color. Collectors often appreciate these natural variations because they make every coin unique. For many collectors, the real treasure of the 1940 wheat penny is not necessarily financial wealth but the connection to history. Holding a coin that circulated more than 8 decades ago creates a tangible link to another generation. It reminds us that ordinary objects can survive extraordinary periods of history and continue telling their stories long after they were first produced. This combination of historical significance, collectible appeal, and the possibility of discovering something unusual keeps interest in wheat pennies alive year after year. As we conclude today's journey into the world of the 1940 no-mint mark wheat penny, remember that every old coin deserves a closer look before being spent or discarded. While most examples are common collectibles rather than million-dollar rarities, certain varieties, errors, and high-grade specimens can be surprisingly valuable. The thrill of searching, learning, and uncovering hidden history is what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. If you enjoy discovering rare American coins, hidden treasures, and fascinating stories from the past, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible coin adventures. Next up. Today we are uncovering the fascinating story behind one of America's most recognizable coins, the 1950 wheat penny. At first glance, this small copper cent may appear ordinary, worn, dusty, or even forgotten at the bottom of an old coin jar. Yet for collectors and history enthusiasts, this humble coin represents a remarkable piece of American heritage. Hidden within its copper surface is a story of post-war America, economic growth, and the excitement of coin collecting that continues to captivate people around the world. Some collectors spend years searching through old collections hoping to discover a special wheat penny that stands apart from the millions that were produced. The 1950 wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, represented by the small D mint mark found beneath the date. This coin belongs to the famous wheat cent series that began in 1909 and remained in production until 1958. The obverse features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays two elegant wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This classic design became one of the most beloved coin designs in American history and remains popular among collectors even decades after production ended. The year 1950 was a period of optimism and transformation in the United States. The nation was experiencing economic expansion following World War II. New homes were being built, industries were growing, and families were embracing a modern lifestyle. During this exciting era, millions of wheat pennies circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, movie theaters, and local businesses. Every 1950 wheat penny that survives today carries a silent connection to the daily lives of people who lived during this important chapter of American history. What makes the 1950 wheat penny especially interesting is the possibility of finding examples that possess unusual characteristics. While most circulated pieces are common collectibles, collectors carefully examine each coin for sharp details, strong strikes, attractive color, and possible minting abnormalities. A coin that appears ordinary to one person may reveal fascinating features when studied more closely. This sense of discovery is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a rewarding hobby for people of all ages. Condition is one of the most important factors influencing the desirability of a 1950 wheat penny. Coins that spent decades changing hands often show wear, scratches, and discoloration. However, examples that escaped heavy circulation and retained their original detail are generally more sought after. Collectors pay close attention to Lincoln's hair, the lettering, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. The sharper and more complete these details remain, the greater the interest the coin may generate among enthusiasts. Another aspect that excites collectors is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, mechanical issues occasionally produced unusual coins. These might include doubled letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other distinctive features. Such minting anomalies are often much scarcer than regular coins and therefore attract considerable attention within the numismatic community. The possibility of finding one of these unusual pieces keeps collectors searching through rolls of old pennies and inherited collections. The copper composition of the 1950 wheat penny adds to its historical charm. Unlike many modern circulating coins, these cents were produced using a copper-rich alloy that gives them their distinctive appearance. Over many decades, copper develops unique colors ranging from bright reddish tones to deep chocolate brown shades. Some collectors specialize in preserving original red examples, while others appreciate the character and history reflected in naturally aged surfaces. Every surviving coin develops its own appearance through years of storage and circulation. One reason wheat pennies continue to inspire excitement is their accessibility. Many collectors began their hobby by finding an old wheat penny in pocket change or among family keepsakes. The discovery often sparks curiosity about history, minting technology, and the stories behind old coins. The 1950 D Wheat Penny serves as a perfect example of how an everyday object can become a treasured collectible simply because of its age, design, and historical significance. Stories of valuable wheat pennies have fueled public interest for generations. While most 1950 D wheat pennies are not worth millions of dollars, certain rare varieties, exceptional condition examples, and unusual mint errors can command impressive premiums in the collector market. These stories encourage people to inspect old coins carefully and learn more about the details that distinguish ordinary examples from extraordinary finds. The thrill of possibly discovering something special is part of what makes coin collecting so enjoyable. As we reach the end of today's journey into the history of the 1950 D Wheat Penny, remember that every old coin has a story waiting to be discovered. Whether found in a family collection, an old coin album, or a forgotten box of keepsakes, these copper cents serve as small time capsules from another era. Their connection to American history, their beautiful wheat cent design, and the possibility of uncovering rare varieties continue to make them favorites among collectors. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. If you enjoy learning about historic American coins, hidden treasures, and fascinating collecting stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible coin adventures next. Top 3. Today we are diving into the incredible story of the 1952 D Wheat Penny, a small copper coin that may appear ordinary at first glance but carries decades of history, mystery, and collector fascination. Imagine discovering an old, dirty penny hidden inside a forgotten coin jar, tucked away in a family collection, or mixed among common pocket change. Most people would overlook it immediately, but experienced collectors know that some old coins deserve a closer inspection because they may hold historical significance and unexpected value. The 1952 D Wheat Penny is one of those coins that continues to capture attention generation after generation. The 1952 D Wheat Penny was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark beneath the date. It belongs to the famous wheat cent series that was minted from 1909 through 1958. On the front of the coin appears President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the iconic wheat ears that gave this series its famous nickname. This design became one of the most recognizable and beloved coin designs in American history. For decades, these pennies circulated through stores, banks, schools, and businesses across the nation, becoming part of everyday life for millions of Americans. The year 1952 was a fascinating period in United States history. The nation was experiencing economic growth, technological development, and social change during the post-war era. Families were building new lives, industries were expanding, and communities were thriving. Throughout these historic moments, millions of wheat pennies passed from hand to hand every day. Each surviving 1952 D Wheat Penny serves as a tiny copper witness to that remarkable period, carrying with it a connection to the people and events of the time. What makes the 1952 D Wheat Penny especially interesting is the possibility of finding examples with exceptional preservation or unusual minting characteristics. While most circulated examples remain common collectibles, some coins stand out because of their sharp details, attractive color, and strong strike quality. Collectors spend countless hours examining old pennies under magnification, searching for tiny details that may reveal something special. The excitement of discovering an unusual coin often becomes just as rewarding as the coin's monetary value. Condition plays a major role in the desirability of any wheat penny. A heavily circulated coin may show years of wear, scratches, and discoloration from decades of use. Yet some examples survived in remarkable condition, preserving the original details of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Collectors appreciate coins with strong eye appeal because they offer a glimpse into how the coin looked when it first left the mint more than 70 years ago. Another reason collectors examine 1952 D Wheat pennies carefully is the possibility of mint errors. During coin production, unexpected mechanical issues occasionally created unusual pieces. These can include doubled letters, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other distinctive characteristics. Such minting errors are often much scarcer than standard coins and therefore attract special attention within the collecting community. Finding one of these unusual examples can transform an ordinary wheat penny into a highly desirable collectible. The copper composition of the 1952 D Wheat Penny adds another layer of fascination. Unlike many modern coins, these cents were produced using a copper-rich alloy that gives them their classic appearance. Over decades, Copper naturally changes color depending on storage conditions and environmental exposure. Some coins retain traces of their original bright red surfaces, while others develop rich brown tones that reflect years of circulation. These natural variations make every surviving coin unique and help tell the story of its journey through time. Many people are drawn to wheat pennies because of the stories surrounding valuable discoveries. Tales of rare coins found in old collections continue to inspire collectors around the world. Although most 1952 wheat pennies are not worth fortunes, certain rare varieties, mint errors, and exceptionally preserved examples can attract strong interest from collectors. These possibilities encourage people to examine old coins carefully rather than spending them without a second thought. The popularity of wheat pennies extends far beyond their potential value. For many collectors, these coins represent a direct connection to American history. Holding a 1952 wheat penny is like holding a small piece of the past in the palm of your hand. It serves as a reminder of a different era, when this simple copper cent traveled through countless transactions and witnessed decades of change. This historical connection is one of the reasons wheat pennies remain among the most collected coins in the United States. As we conclude today's exploration of the 1952 wheat penny, remember that every old coin has a story waiting to be discovered. Whether your coin appears bright and beautiful or worn and dirty from years of circulation, it remains a fascinating piece of American history. The combination of historical significance, classic design, copper composition, and the possibility of rare varieties continues to make the 1952 wheat penny a favorite among collectors worldwide. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more amazing journeys into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unforgettable collecting stories next Top 4. Today we are uncovering the incredible story behind one of the most famous and talked about Lincoln wheat pennies ever produced, the 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, this small copper coin may look like nothing more than an old penny hiding in a forgotten collection, a dusty coin jar, or a box of family keepsakes. Yet behind its simple appearance lies a fascinating history filled with mystery, collector excitement, and one of the most legendary stories in American numismatics. Some collectors spend years searching through thousands of old pennies hoping to discover this remarkable coin because it has become one of the most recognizable wheat cents in the hobby. The 1955 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia coins typically carried no mint mark, making them easy to identify. On the front of the coin appears the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the famous wheat ears that symbolize prosperity and growth. This classic design had already become a beloved part of American coinage by 1955 and would continue for only a few more years before the wheat penny design was replaced. Because of this, the 1955 issue occupies a special place in the history of the Lincoln Cent series. The year 1955 was a fascinating time in America. The nation was experiencing economic prosperity, technological advancement, and rapid social change. Families were purchasing new automobiles, televisions were becoming common household items, and communities across the country were expanding. Throughout this exciting era, millions of pennies circulated through stores, restaurants, schools, and businesses. The 1955 wheat penny became part of everyday life, passing through countless hands without anyone realizing that some examples would one day become highly sought-after collectibles. What truly transformed the 1955 wheat penny into a legendary coin was the appearance of one of the most famous minting varieties in American coin history. Certain 1955 pennies were produced with dramatic doubling visible in the lettering and date. This unusual appearance immediately caught the attention of collectors and remains one of the most recognized coin varieties ever discovered. Even today, the mention of a 1955 double-die wheat penny generates excitement among coin enthusiasts because it represents one of the hobby's greatest treasures. Collectors carefully examine every 1955 wheat penny they encounter because of the possibility of finding an unusual example. Most coins from this year are standard issues, but the excitement comes from the chance that a hidden treasure could still be waiting inside an old collection. The thrill of searching through forgotten coin jars and inherited collections has inspired generations of collectors to learn more about the details that make certain coins special. Condition plays a major role in determining the appeal of any 1955 wheat penny. Coins that circulated heavily often display worn details, scratches, and discoloration from decades of use. However, examples that escaped circulation and remained carefully preserved can display remarkable detail and attractive surfaces. Collectors value these well-preserved pieces because they offer a glimpse into the coin's original appearance when it first left the mint more than 70 years ago. The copper composition of the 1955 wheat penny adds another layer of fascination. These coins were struck using a copper-rich alloy that gives them their distinctive color and feel. Over many decades, copper develops unique shades ranging from bright reddish tones to deep brown colors. Some collectors prefer original red examples, while others appreciate naturally aged surfaces that reflect years of history. Each surviving coin tells a different story through its appearance and condition. Another reason the 1955 wheat penny remains so popular is its connection to one of the most exciting periods in coin collecting history. Stories of valuable discoveries, hidden treasures, and unexpected finds have surrounded this date for decades. Collectors continue searching old collections because they know that rare varieties can sometimes remain unnoticed for years. This sense of possibility keeps interest in the 1955 wheat penny alive generation after generation. For many collectors, the true value of a 1955 wheat penny extends beyond money. Holding one is like holding a small piece of American history. It represents a period of growth, innovation, and change while preserving memories of everyday life during the mid-1950s. The coin serves as a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry remarkable stories and connect us directly to the past. As we conclude today's journey into the world of the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, remember that every old penny deserves a closer look before being spent or discarded. While most examples are common collectibles, certain rare varieties and exceptionally preserved coins have become famous among collectors worldwide. The combination of history, mystery, copper beauty, and the excitement of discovery makes the 1955 wheat penny one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more amazing stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and unforgettable pieces of American history next Top 5. Today we are exploring the fascinating world of the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny, a small copper coin that many people overlook but that continues to attract the attention of collectors around the world. Imagine finding an old, dirty penny hidden in a drawer, buried inside a forgotten coin collection, or mixed with loose change that has not been touched for decades. Most people would see only a simple 1-cent coin, but experienced collectors know that every wheat penny has a story, and some stories are far more exciting than anyone could imagine. The 1957 D. wheat penny is one of those coins that connects us to the past while inspiring dreams of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. The 1957 D. wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark beneath the date. This coin belongs to the famous Lincoln wheat cent series that began in 1909 and continued until 1958. On the front of the coin is the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected leaders in American history. On the reverse are two wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This classic design became one of the most recognizable coin designs ever produced in the United States and remains a favorite among collectors to this day. The year 1957 was an exciting period in American history. The nation was experiencing economic growth, technological innovation, and cultural change. New automobiles filled the roads, television ownership continued to expand, and communities across the country were developing rapidly. During this period, millions of wheat pennies circulated through stores, schools, restaurants, and businesses. Every surviving 1957 D. wheat penny carries a connection to that remarkable era and serves as a small copper time capsule from the final years of the wheat cent series. What makes the 1957 D. wheat penny so interesting is that it was produced near the end of the wheat penny era. Only one more year remained before the reverse design would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. Because of this, many collectors view the 1957 D issue as an important part of the final chapter of the famous wheat cent story. Holding one today is like holding a small piece of American history that survived decades of change and continues to tell its story to new generations of collectors. Collectors pay close attention to 1957 D wheat pennies because some examples can possess exceptional eye appeal, strong strikes, and remarkable preservation. While millions were produced, not all survived in excellent condition. Coins that retain sharp details, attractive surfaces, and original color often attract more attention than heavily worn examples. The difference between an ordinary coin and a highly desirable one can sometimes be found in details that are visible only upon careful examination. The copper composition of the 1957 Wheat Penny adds to its charm and historical significance. These coins were struck using a copper-rich alloy that gives them their distinctive appearance. Over many decades, the surfaces of these pennies changed naturally as they circulated through everyday commerce. Some developed deep brown tones, while others preserved traces of their original red color. Collectors often appreciate these natural changes because they reflect the coin's journey through history and make every surviving example unique. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting wheat pennies is the possibility of discovering unusual varieties or minting errors. During the minting process, small mechanical imperfections occasionally created coins with distinctive characteristics. Collectors carefully inspect dates, lettering, and design elements, searching for unusual features that may set a coin apart from ordinary examples. The thrill of discovering something uncommon keeps collectors searching through old collections year after year. Stories about valuable wheat pennies continue to inspire collectors around the world. Although most 1957 wheat pennies are common collectibles rather than life-changing treasures, certain rare varieties, unusual mint errors, and exceptionally preserved specimens can command significant attention in the collector market. These stories encourage people to look carefully at old coins instead of spending them without a second thought. Sometimes the excitement lies not in the value itself, but in the possibility that a forgotten coin could hold an unexpected surprise. For many collectors, the true appeal of the 1957 wheat penny is its historical connection. This coin circulated during a period of optimism and growth in American society. It passed through countless hands, participated in everyday transactions, and witnessed decades of change. Every scratch, mark, and sign of wear reflects part of its journey. When collectors hold a wheat penny today, they are holding an object that has survived more than half a century of history. As we conclude today's exploration of the 1957 wheat penny, remember that every old coin deserves a closer look before being ignored or discarded. Whether your coin is bright and beautiful or worn and dirty from years of circulation, it remains a fascinating piece of American history. The combination of classic design, copper composition, historical significance, and the possibility of discovering something unusual continues to make the 1957 wheat penny one of the most beloved coins among collectors. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. If you enjoy rare coin stories, hidden treasures, and fascinating pieces of history, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible coin adventures next. Top 6. Today we are uncovering the fascinating story of the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that marks the end of one of the most beloved chapters in American coin history. At first glance, this small copper cent may appear ordinary, worn, dirty, or forgotten among old pocket change. Yet behind its simple appearance lies a remarkable story of history, tradition, and collector excitement. Many people pass over old pennies without a second thought, but experienced collectors know that some coins carry a significance far beyond their face value. The 1958 wheat penny is one of those special coins that continues to attract attention decades after it was first struck. The 1958 wheat penny was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located beneath the date. This coin belongs to the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that began in 1909 and came to an end in 1958. That makes the 1958 issue especially important because it represents the final year of the wheat penny design. For nearly half a century, Americans carried wheat pennies in their pockets, used them in daily commerce, and unknowingly created memories connected to one of the most iconic coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. On the front of the coin is the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that first appeared in 1909 to honor the centennial of his birth. On the reverse are the famous wheat ears that gave the coin its nickname. These wheat stalks symbolize growth, prosperity, and the agricultural heritage of the United States. The design became one of the most recognizable images in American numismatics and remained popular throughout its long production history. The 1958 issue serves as the final chapter of this historic design before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. The year 1958 itself was a fascinating time in American history. The nation was experiencing rapid technological progress, expanding industries, and cultural transformation. Families across the country were embracing modern conveniences, while businesses continued to grow in an era of economic opportunity. During this period, millions of pennies circulated through grocery stores, schools, movie theaters, restaurants, and local businesses. Every surviving 1958 Wheat penny carries a connection to this exciting era and serves as a small copper reminder of life during the late 1950s. Because the 1958 Wheat penny was the final Denver mint wheat cent, many collectors view it as an essential coin in any wheat penny collection. It represents the conclusion of a series that had become deeply woven into American daily life. Collectors often feel a special connection to this coin because it symbolizes the end of an important chapter in United States coinage history. Holding one today is like holding a farewell piece from an era that lasted nearly 50 years. Condition is one of the most important factors influencing collector interest in the 1958 Wheat penny. Coins that circulated heavily may display wear, scratches, discoloration, and signs of age. However, examples preserved in exceptional condition often attract greater attention because they retain the details and appearance they had when they first left the mint. Collectors carefully examine Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, and the wheat stalks to evaluate a coin's overall preservation and eye appeal. The copper composition of the 1958 Wheat penny adds to its historical charm. These coins were struck using a copper-rich alloy that gives them their distinctive color and texture. Over the decades, the copper surfaces naturally changed as the coins were exposed to different environments. Some examples retain traces of their original bright red appearance, while others have developed rich brown tones that reflect years of circulation. These natural changes make each surviving coin unique and add character to its story. Collectors also search for unusual varieties and minting errors associated with wheat pennies. During the coin production process, small imperfections sometimes occurred, creating coins with distinctive characteristics. Such pieces often become favorites among collectors because they offer something different from standard issues. The excitement of discovering a rare variety or unusual feature keeps collectors searching through old collections, inherited coin albums, and forgotten coin jars. Stories about valuable wheat pennies continue to inspire coin enthusiasts around the world. While most 1958 Wheat pennies are common collectibles rather than life-changing discoveries, certain rare varieties, unusual mint errors, and exceptionally preserved examples can attract significant attention within the collector market. These stories remind collectors that even the most ordinary-looking coin may deserve a closer examination before being spent or overlooked. As we conclude today's journey into the history of the 1958 Wheat penny, remember that this coin represents much more than a single cent. It marks the final year of the legendary Wheat penny series and serves as a lasting symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and tradition. Whether your coin is bright and beautiful or worn from decades of circulation, it remains a fascinating connection to the past. Thank you for watching Old Quarter Dollar USA United States. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating history behind America's most collectible coins.